Hey YouTube, it's Sean from Team Ryko coming at you guys with a deck profile of the deck that I played at my locals and got first place with yesterday on Sunday. It's Dino Rabbit. It's not your typical, well, it's Macro Rabbit, but it has a little more of my own playstyle put into it. It's not like the same mediocre thing in a way, in some ways. So I'm just gonna get into the deck profile, then I'll go into my matchups later. So first off, we have two rabbits. Standard tutorial guides, standard Sangan, Night Assailant. Night Assailant's really good. Love him. I would never not play this card. He just worked out so well yesterday. Um, so then we have the obligatory normals, 3 Sabersaurus, 3 Cubzels. Pretty good cards. 3 Jurek Waibas. Now, I could have made this deck like specifically to play at my locals, but I wanted more of a general feel. And plus, I really like Guaiba regardless, because our locals is filled with like Dino Rabbits and heroes and stuff. Not really like Insectors or something like that. But I still like Guaiba a lot, even though like that's pretty much what I played against. I'd still play Guaiba even if that was like the actual meta, because it's really important that he's a dinosaur, and if you can get his effect off, that's really good, especially late game. 2 Thunder Kings. I just thought Thunder King was really good. Plus, I didn't want to play a low monster count. I'm playing 19 monsters right now. I didn't want to play like 17. And then the last 2 monsters are Gores and Spirit Reaper. I decided to play 1 Reaper instead of 2 Reapers and no Gores. Even though I play Macro, I want to play Gores because, first of all, the surprise factor, because nobody expects you to be playing Gores. And also, like, if you're playing a matchup where Macro isn't really good, you're not really going to want to set it, so Gores is also a good card in that matchup. And plus, I was just catching a lot of people off guard, and it was really good the whole day. And then spells, this is where it gets a little different. Book of Moon, I don't know, I like Book because I play the Glabas. And then I play 1 Forbidden Lance and 1 Soul Taker. Now, this may seem a little weird because usually most Dino Rabbit decks play maybe 2 Soul Taker, 2 Lance, or 3 Lance, 1 Taker, or 2 Lance, no Taker, something like that. But it's always like more than 1 of either or most of the time. But I only decided to play 1 Lance and 1 Soul Taker because each one has different uses in different situations, and I don't want to clog. I don't want them to clog in my hand, because 2 of either one of these in your hand is really bad. And I don't know, I just found that these cards as one-ofs did really well, and it freed up space in my deck, because I wanted to keep the deck at 40 cards, because I think a deck like Dino Rabbit needs to have 40 in order to be the most consistent. And then for the rest of the spells, we have our standard back row, heavy, triple space. Space is really good against those Abyss Spears and whatnot. And Dark Hole and Reborn. So that's it for the spells. On for the traps. 2 warnings, judgment, standard, 2 tarantulas. I chose to play 2 tarantulas because when you're playing a macro version, you have to sacrifice 2 trap slots to play the macro, and so you want trap cards that can go the mile in a sense. So you want bigger plays. Plus, like, tarantula's still really good even in Dino Rabbit at 2, because you're not always gonna have the field presence, you know. And then 2 bottomless, 2 deep prison, 2 macros, and just Charlie Road. That's it for the the trap cards, and the main deck. On to the side, we have, well, actually, I'll put it over there. Well, this is kind of awkward, but, 1 Maxi, but, oh wait, found the other one. Alright, yeah, 2 Maxis, wind up special summon decks, pretty self-explanatory. 2 Cyber Dragons. It's good against road decks and machines. I didn't play any machines. And it's good against the mirror. 2 Snowmans. A really good card. Would not play this deck without Snowman. 2 Messenger apiece. If you go to Captain Calbos's channel, it's my friend Aaron. He's the judge at our tourney. He recorded the final match, which was me versus Chaos Dragons. I won 2-0. I used this card, which I would have probably used level limit, but I also probably wouldn't have used level limit because this is better than the mirror, and against windups in a sense where I don't know. I just prefer this card because you can shut it off whenever you want, and like level limit makes your Thunder Kings and Guaibas dead, so that's bad. So I wanted to play Messenger, but Messenger worked out really really well. Yeah. And then the other Soul Taker, because I like Soul Taker against like the Mirror or Chaos Dragons. Then trap cards, I have 2 Blackhorn Heavens, because Blackhorn is nuts. It pretty much won me game 2 of the feature match, I guess, when he summoned Black Luster Soldier, which was, he was trying to make me force negate with Lagia. And I had a Dolk on the field, and I had 1 back row. So he summoned it in defense, and I blackhorned it. So then 1 Mirror Force. I wanted to play 2, didn't have to. Probably would stick with 1 actually, because I also sided in the 3rd D prison for like Chaos Dragons or Mirror or stuff like that, because it's really good, and this is really good against Atlanteans too. So, and then I sided in 1 Fiendish Chain because I like the 1 of techs. So, and then last card is Macro. Now, quickly, extra deck, it's not really important. I did play a Chimera Tech, but I took it out after for Abyss Dweller, but I didn't need Abyss Dweller the whole day. But, I don't know, I might side Chimera Tech, but I'd still keep in the Cyber Dragons regardless, because they're just really good in general. So, 2 Agias, 2 Dokas, 1 Cowboy. In the feature match with my friend, he was playing the Chaos Dragons, we had a dispute where I was explaining to him how when you activate Dark Flare Dragon's effect, and he sent a Dark Arm from his hand to the grave to send Eclipse Wyvern to the graveyard, and then he tried to immediately banish Eclipse Wyvern to get back a Red Eyes he was about to banish with Wyvern. He didn't know that you couldn't do that because it misses timing. We looked at he wanted to make sure later, so we looked it up after the tournament. I was right. For any of you that still want to argue and say that is wrong, if he had in fact searched the Red Eyes and summoned it, I would have let him kill one of my monsters only to Gaga Cowboy for the last 700 life points that he had left, so it didn't really matter. So Gaga Cowboy, Abyss Dweller, Zenmains, Leviar, Ten Tempo, Leviathan, Utopia, Pearl, Papal Imperative, My Stroke, and Stardust. That's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Before I go, I want to talk about this card. I played Dino Heroes in one of my matches. Like, my matches were, I had a bye first round, which I didn't like. Then I played Warrior Heroes, like Hero Rabbit or whatever it's called. Then I played Ninjas, the Dino Ninjas, which that was with my friend. It was a really good matchup. And then I played Chaos Dragons. The round that I got a bye would have either faced Agents or Dino Rabbit, which I was well enough prepared for, so I probably would have won that. Possibly. I don't know. My friend, when he was playing the Dino Rabbit, I never beat him, but it's okay. But I want to talk about this card, Memory of an Adversary. If you guys don't know what this does, it says, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you take damage equal to the attacking monster's attack, and then if you do, banish that monster. During the end phase of your opponent's next turn, special summon that monster to your side of the field. Now, this card would be a cool tech, like, because you could take, like, big beaters like Gores, Moon Glacia. It'd be funny if you did a Moon Glacia because they skipped their battle phase too. But, like, Moon Glacia, any big cards, even in the mirror, this card is pretty good. Like, and taking the Thunder King or whatever. I don't know, this card's really good. I'm probably going to try one of it because it seems really good. It's like a D prison, except a little better in a sense, because, well, I guess not as better as D prison, but if someone attacks you with Red Eyes, Darkness, Metal Dragon, wouldn't you want to take that? But yeah, so that's the deck profile, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and comment, rate, subscribe. See you later.